Hello Virgo, this is a timeless reading for you, starting with the card Totality, followed by Acceptance, Soul, Chaos, Manipulation, and Spring. I'm seeing two things here. There is a group of you where this means that there is a total acceptance of something. There is a huge spiritual realization and a relief. There is huge trust towards someone or something or a situation that makes you feel like you can truly jump into this situation with another person or with yourself or with, I don't know, just a situation in life, with a job, could be anything. And this feels very trustworthy and genuine. It feels like destiny. It feels like this is the right thing for your soul. This feels so deep to you that you never could have imagined something like that. And it will make you feel like this is your soul. This is something higher around you that is guiding you there, and that it makes you feel full of trust, full of acceptance. And so there's a group of you where this is actually a trap. You might feel like you are you could even be someone who is very logical, rational, and you might fall for something or someone here who's very cunning and makes you feel like this is destiny. In the second row here we have chaos and manipulation. I'm going to put this spring card aside a little bit. Chaos and manipulation. This is what this situation will end up in. Even if that does happen, and it sounds very terrible, you are warned. If you don't listen to the warning and end up in chaos and being manipulated, it will only be for a very short time. You will quickly figure it out, and it will be a very valuable lesson for you that will sink into your mind and memory and brain so deeply. You will never forget this. And I know sometimes, we feel this resistance and we don't want to be a fool in a situation. But sometimes we really learn something valuable. And I feel like there is no huge loss. It's just maybe awkward, being manipulated and then figuring out, my God, I was so blind, I was such a fool. Try to see the positive in this negative situation. Yet, as I said, I'm seeing two sides of this reading. Oh, I forgot to integrate the spring card for the first group. So this reminds me of a cuckoo. When they cheat and they put their baby into someone else's nest so that they don't have to take care of their own children. So this kind of attitude, this is a part of your reading here as well. So I'm not saying this is you, but yeah. Oh, at the bottom of the deck we have death. And I see this as a very positive sign here. As I said, there is a huge lesson in this. And this incident, this teaching will sink in so fast and so deep, like this blind spot will be revealed. We all have blind spots. And you are receiving a teaching about one of your blind spots, and you will never ever fall for such a trap again. Never ever. This is guaranteed. Sometimes we think, oh, I'm healed and I have learned this and that, and then we fall for something like this again a year later and another year later. But this time, this teaching is super, super deep. Okay, the second group now. For the second group, I felt like this is truly a good thing happening here, but it's not so much with a focus on something external. I feel like the second group has a very tremendous realization and has already fallen into such a trap. And the second group recently has gone through a lot of healing, learning, and suffering, unfortunately. But there is something, in your life that has caused you a lot of worries that you will finally accept. And there is also something that you were scared to look into. It could be on both levels, like internally, like it's not a blind spot, but it's a dark spot. You constantly know that it is there, and you know that this dark spot is being triggered. It's like, that, let's just say you have a cellar that you just dump stuff into for years and years and years or decades, and you never clean it up, you never tidy it up. And you don't go there a lot. Maybe you go there once a year to dump something there. And you have done this for several years. And you are so afraid to go into this room and to look into all the dirty corners with all the stuff that you dumped. And to see all the old memories, things that you wanted to get rid of, but you didn't throw them into the dustbin, you threw them into the cellar, and all the dirt that and dust that accumulated over the years in this room, and all the darkness and clutter. Like it is, you have this cellar room, but anytime it comes into your mind, you want to push it away, you don't want to think about it. That's what I mean. Like, it's not a blind spot, it's there, but you don't want to look into it. You don't want to take a lamp, you don't want to take a torch and go to the cellar room and look into all the details, because, oh my God, you could even find a dead rat in there, So that's what this is about here. And I feel like you will finally jump into it fearlessly. Like there is this acceptance of your own fear. And then you will deal with something very profound here. You might even end up having a huge spiritual realization here. And you will even figure out that whatever you find in this dark spot is not as bad as you imagined it. It might not even be half as horrible. We have 49, so maybe it's only 49% of the horror that you have imagined, or hopefully even less. I can see you with a smile on your face, like this is the attitude that you will have when you go into this situation, inwardly and externally, when you finally make the decision to take the torch and look into this horrifying darkness. And this is how you will come out of it. Very nice. In the second row, actually, I'm just realizing my example with the cellar was quite suitable with those cards, like chaos. And the manipulation card, it has a boy here cleaning. So that is actually quite positive. You will look at this chaos and you will bring order to it. I feel like you will deal whatever you have to deal with, and it might feel good. But mainly I also see that this is another energy that comes into your energetic field, or is already there, let me put it this way. And you will become aware of that. You will become aware of pain, suffering, chaos, manipulation that others did to you. Let's just stick to the example, to the metaphor with the cellar. Just imagine your neighbors also secretly dumped some stuff into your room, and you have to, clean out their stuff as well, even though it's not your responsibility. You will realize something about that. Like it could be emotionally, psychologically, that some people around you, you were doing your task, but someone was throwing some unnecessary chaos into your direction that you are not at all responsible for. And there is a realization here that will bring a lot of relief as well. With the Spring card, it feels like a restructuring. There is order. Something is being reborn. Something is new. Literally something about babies here, whether those are baby animals or human babies, coming up here as well. At the bottom of the deck, just like in the first group, there's the Death card, and I feel like, yeah, it's the same for you. Like something is just completely being thrown out, thrown away in a very positive way. This is not a literal death. I mean, sometimes it could be, but if there is a literal death that you will hear of or about, this will be a natural death. There is a huge acceptance and relief in this card. Actually being like I feel like it could literally be that some of you are throwing old things away, objects that maybe have some negative memories attached to it. Or maybe once you thought those were positive memories, but the more you mature, the more you grow up, you realize actually this was a false friendship or a false romance, I don't know, and then you will decide to throw things away, and it will feel very, very good here. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.